with us online, go and start to set up your space. We're about to get started. All right, welcome back to Pump. Final week, week 6. Y'all are super powerful and you made it all the way through, so nice work. If you're with us online, if you look underneath the video you're watching right now, you can see the description, what movements we have, what equipment you'll need for the day. Today, as you could have seen, that was a terrible marker choice. From here, you cannot read that. But we're using Equalizer today. That's pretty much the only thing we're going to have for class. Optionally, you can always use a mat, of course. If you're at home and you don't have Equalizers, I'll give you some different options of things that you can do. But they're a great, easy one. You can do a lot of different things with them. So even when we do weighted or dumbbell movements, you can almost always do something with the Equalizers. So, a little bit about this class before we get started. So we'll have a 6-minute warm-up at the start. I'll go over all the movements before we begin. The workout for this class is going to be 4 rounds total. Each round consists of 2 movements that we superset 4 times. What that looks like is we'll do movement 1 for 30 seconds, then go right into movement 2 for 30 seconds without rest. That's 1 set, and then we'll repeat that. We'll do that 4 times. That's 1 round done. You'll get 1 minute rest period. We'll move on to round 2, and we'll have a 10-minute cool down at the end before we send you on your way. First movement that we got is chest dips. So one of the biggest things whenever we're looking at using Equalizers in general, of course, brace, which we all already are, but not letting those shoulders collapse and climb up to those ears, okay? You don't want to get into this position. Always keep those scapula pressed back and down, okay, in a strong position. For chest dips, the biggest thing we want to try to be doing is pushing the chest forward. So the chest is getting more parallel with the floor versus if you're doing more tricep-focused dips, your chest is staying out towards the front of the room. Okay, so feel free to keep foot on the ground if you want, but basically you're just going to kind of bring that chest towards parallel to the floor and slowly, again, keeping those shoulder blades back and down, feel the stretch through the chest on the way down. Once you feel that full stretch, press up through the chest, okay? You're wanting to feel the majority of that workout on that movement coming through the chest, okay? So it's like when we do push-ups, things like that, we're really focusing on that chest engagement. Or real quick, I'll do that chest activation. So shoulder blades back and down, hands out in front, squeeze those palms together. But think of squeezing in the armpit, and you can probably feel the chest starting to activate through here, okay? Those are the main muscles we're wanting to use with those dips. So feel free to experiment, try some different positions, okay? If you're at home, feel free to go ahead and do push-ups here. Or if you have 2 chairs at home, you could put chairs on the side and do kneeling dips, okay? Next movement that we have is going to be hip openers. So for this one, these are going to be in front of you. Basically, you're coming up and then up. You think of like if you ever did track. And I'm not going to do it quick yet because I'm going to break my ankle. But you can start, you're basically coming up and over, and you can start to move quicker with it, okay? So here. If it's a little tight, it's difficult with how close they are. You can spread them out a little bit if you want. We're coming up, 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 up. And basically what we're trying to do is work on not rounding out that back when we do it, okay? If you have to at first, if it's a little bit high, that's okay. But try to keep that good position as you're going up and up. And then, like I said, you can start to move quick with it. You can start to move a little bit faster. But more importantly, keep that good form, keep that control, okay? It's more of a mobility movement. So it's not necessarily that you're overly trying to get the heart rate extremely high or move a lot of weight or really difficult, but just working on that hip mobility. Next movement we got. Hello. And maybe we'll scooch back and then, or over. So you can have a spot either somewhere in the side on the front. Yep. Next one we have is going to be Equalizer push-ups. So with this one, basically what we'll do is we'll lay the Equalizer on the ground, and we'll come down right here, basically changing up that angle for a little bit more lower chest activation. Come down into that push-up, press back up, okay? Biggest thing, one, you're doing a push-up, and the anchor point is a little bit lifted off the ground. Basically, just go until you feel the biggest stretch in the chest. You don't want to go further to where you're having to round that shoulder and more of that tension's going into the front of the shoulder, okay? Really keep that strong position. Only go till you feel the most stretch through the chest, where the chest is still active. Then press yourself up. If you're doing the dips at home with like the chairs, feel free to do push-ups here, okay? If you already did the push-ups, go ahead and do those superhero squeezes that we've done quite a bit this session, okay? Squeezing those lats, those back, those glutes. Or if you want more push-ups, go for it. Throw in some more push-ups. Next movement we got is going to be agilities. So we'll have, it depends on how much space you have. You can do 1 or 2 of these, but it's basically like if you think back of doing agility work back in high school or in sports, you're going across, and then you're going back across again. So you're basically just trying to get to go as quick as possible, but don't trip. No tripping allowed, okay? And remember, you can do 1 or 2 of these. If there's not quite enough space with all of us in here, feel free to just have one. You're just kind of going back and forth between the two, okay? So when you do it, there will always be 1 foot on the inside, okay, when you go side to side. If you want a little bit more difficulty, you can come up further to it, where you have to lift those legs a little bit more. But don't get too close because you'll hit your shin. If you're at home for that one, you can even just put books on the ground, do it, see those books at the lines, or use invisible lines. If you don't feel comfortable here doing it with equalizers, you can pick a couple lines here of what's in and what's out, and you can do it with the cracks on the floor too. Next movement we got is rows. So with this one, we're dropping down underneath, coming onto the back. Remember, hips go up, glutes are on. From here, grab one. Maybe it's trying to steal my cord, right? And then you're going to pull that chest up, remembering to pull from the back. Think of pulling from the elbows, okay? And the next movement, you can just click those out. Low back press into the floor, doing those leg drops controlled. You can do both at the same time, or you can alternate. And you know what? You should always call me out too. I probably break the rules all the time. Next movement after those leg drops. Oh, and if you're at home and you can't do rows, anything to do rows with, go and do those T squeezes with those thumbs out, squeezing those scapula together, okay? Next movement we got on here is going to be knee lifts. So back onto the equalizers. Again, don't let those shoulders collapse. But from here, you just bring those knees up in front, controlled, squeezing through the core. You can also, if you want to add some oblique work, you can twist, squeeze up through the obliques, and then alternate from center to side as you want. If those are really difficult or as you get tired, feel free to keep 1 foot on the ground and do 1 leg at a time. Okay, that's the way you can kind of modify that. We do have more of these out on the floor too, if we ran out in there. And then last one we have are machine gun lifts. You can also add the extension if you want. So basically with these, you're getting into a strong position stance, keeping the wrist strong. You're basically bicep curling up here. And then you can extend out if you want that extension, control it back down, return back to center. If it's really difficult with 2, you can use 1, grab onto the handles right here, do that bicep curl, and then that extension, then control it back, release it back down, okay? One thing with those, try not to, we don't want to swing them, be swinging them, okay? 1, we're not getting the proper work that we're looking for. 2, you can potentially injure that wrist if you have a lot of weight at the end swinging around a lot, okay? So we want to be as controlled as possible. If you happen to grab the black equalizers, they're a bit heavier. So if you want to switch them out for that at the end, feel free, you can grab some green ones, or vice versa if you want to go the other way. If you're at home for those last 2, for those knee lifts, go ahead and just do our power plank, okay? And that low plank, scrunching through the core, through the ground, activating that core really strongly. And for that last one, go and do manual bicep tricep extensions. In each set, you can switch which side you're doing, okay? Any questions before we start? Okay. And remember, for some of them, well, let's call it out, but if you don't have space where there's 2, you can always use 1. Well, let's get started. All right, starting with those jumping jacks. Remember, stay braced, pelvic floor up and in, that core is strong. Keep that core strong. Only at about 40, 50%, not overly pushing yet. You want to minimize that impact to start on those ankles, those knees. You can be right here. Air squats. Pushing those hips back and down, those knees stay in line with those toes. Arches stay strong into the floor. Keep those glutes on. Job. This first round, don't overly need to push it. It's kind of warming up the muscles, getting those joints ready. Marches. Right, that knee up in front. Remember, focusing on trying to really use the core here. Lunges alternating. Arches strong on that front foot. Knees in line with that toe. Keep that glute on. Try to be intentional of that glute doing the work, not letting that hamstring take over. Arm circles. Reverse. Keep that chest squared, really reach. Inchworms into those push-ups. Going around that low back, but bend those knees if you need. Jumping jacks, round 2. Picking up that tempo. Maybe closer to 60, 70% effort. And stay braced. Air squats. Picking up that tempo, but still controlling it. Arches strong. Glutes on. Don't let that low back round out. Marches. Intentional about using that core. Still braced. Pelvic floor up and in. Keep that core strong. Lunges alternating. You can add that little bit of twist towards that knee that's in front. Draw a little bit of thoracic rotation. Keep that glute on. Stay braced, stay controlled. Arm circles. reverse. Inchworms into those push-ups. Don't round that low back. Take a break. 1 minute. We're starting that workout. First movement, those chest dips into those hip openers. Remember with those dips, working on learning how to use the pecs through a dip movement versus just relying on the arms. Wherever you sit, make sure you have a little bit of space behind you for the next one. Remember on the hip openers, coming up, up, okay? As much as you can, trying to work on lengthening that leg, increasing that mobility, that flexibility here. Start slow with it. Start to figure out your routine, your balance, your coordination with it. It's not difficult as in energy, but it's kind of difficult within learning that coordination. In 3, 2, 1, chest steps. Your chest is forward, chest is active the whole time. Be intentional. What muscles feeling that stretch? Feeling that contraction. Shoulder blades should stay back and down that whole time. The chest is still staying up, but we're bending at the hips. So the chest is up, but it's facing down. Hip openers. So here coming up. We're going back. Chest dips. Hip openers. We're back up. Chest dips. Woo. Hip openers. Try not to round that low back. Stay braced. Chest dips. Woo. Constant tension through that chest. Hip openers. Woo. Last one. Try to really extend that leg. Take a break. It's mentally exhausting. Push-ups into those agilities. Feel free to spread out if you want for those agilities. You can do one or two. It's up to you and also up to space you have. So if you might run into somebody with two, just go for one. I'll do just one to start so I can show you what one looks like. Get this thing down. In 5, 3, 2, 1, push-ups. Tension through the chest, control down, press back up. Feel free, you can still drop the knees. Time under tension, slow and controlled. Agilities. So for these, we're stepping in, back out the other side. If you have two, you're just putting two together. You're just trying to start to move. Stay braced. Push-ups. Woo. Agilities. Oh. Job. Push-ups. High school sports flashbacks. Agilities. Push-ups. Last one. Agilities. Stay with it. Take a break. Shavios. Woo. Rows into leg drops. Those leg drops, keeping that low back connected to the floor the whole time. If it comes up, don't go down so far. In 3, 2, 1, rows. Pull from the back, squeeze those scapula together. Slow and controlled. Time under tension. Same speed up, same speed down. Leg drops. You can just bend out those bottom handles if they're in the way. Pelvic floor up and in. Rows. Pull those bottom legs back in. Reach up, grab those handles, hips up. Pull from the back. Keep those elbows back and down. Leg drops. Don't let that low back come up even a centimeter. Keep that control. Pelvic floor up and in. Core's engaged. Rows. Woo. Leg drops. Rows, last set. Finish strong, keep that quality.
So many sleepless nights when you were waiting on me. Well, I was just a slave unto the night. I remember when I told you that's the last you'll see of me. Remember when I broke you down to tears.
Leg drops, last one. Woo, let's go. Keep that quality. Take a break. Woo. This last one's gonna be a toughie, yos. It's gonna be good though. Remember those machine gun lifts, either 1 or 2 equalizers. Reminder, if you're doing 1, the thing will be upside down. You're holding on to these handles. Bicep curl, front extension, reverse, back down. If you're doing 2, same thing. You're just holding on here and here. Biggest thing here, don't let those wrists break. Keep those wrists strong, okay? Even if you can't make it all the way up, that's okay. Just keep it strong as far as you can get and then go right back down. The extensions are also optional. Don't have to do the extension. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Starting with those knee lifts. I was just showing you that. Threw everybody off. Don't let those shoulders come up to those ears. Slow, it's not about speed here. If I said freeze, you should be able to stop in any position you're in. Machine gun lifts. Stay braced. Knee lifts. Machine gun lifts. Woo. Knee lifts. Remember, as you get tired, you can go to single leg at a time. Switch. Machine gun lifts. Knee lifts. Woo. Was wrists and shoulders tired yet? Holy cow. Machine gun lifts. Take a break. Nice work, yos. Woo. My peeps at home. Nice job today. My peeps in class. Nice work. Nice work, yos. Yeah, can't even use it anymore. Yeah. Nice job. Nice work today. Nice job. Nice job. Huh? Oh no! The rudest of rude. Nice job. Huh? Yeah. Nice work, Mama. Job today, yos. As you're getting ready, cool down, stretch. Go and start to slow that breathing down. Working on breathing in through the nose, down into the belly, out through the mouth. My breath. You don't have to follow your neighbors. Let your body tell you. On the next exhale, or just whenever you're ready, pull that first arm across. With this stretch, remembering to keep that shoulder blade back and down. Moving that stretch into the back side of the shoulder. For all these stretches, keeping that slight braced posture. Those breaths. Go and release and switch. Stretching a little further on each exhale. Working on increasing that flexibility and mobility. When you're ready, go ahead and release. Bring that first arm behind, grab that elbow. You can bring that back hand in between those shoulder blades. Biggest thing here, sit up tall. With this stretch as well, remember to keep those shoulder blades strong, back and down, held in position. When you're ready, go and release, switch over to the opposite side. Back, we're gonna hold the fingertips, thinking of hyperextending those elbows, looking through that stretch through that bicep. If you want, you can rotate Find where you get that best stretch. Once you find that stretch to the biceps, you can pull those fingertips back. Remember to breathe. When you're ready, go and release those hands. Bring them behind the back, interlock fingers, shoulder blades back and down, chest up and open. We're gonna roll head and neck. Stretch, we're just going to go ahead, go to a standing position. We're going to prop that right foot about 1 foot in front of our left. Push those hips back, keeping that chest up. Drop that chest forward. Feeling that stretch through those hamstrings. Weights on the back leg, not on the front leg. If you want to move that stretch from the hamstring to the calf, pull that toe up. Do it slowly because it can turn into a really big stretch. To breathe. Try not to round that low back. Keep those shoulder blades back and down. That low back pull down. Those hips rolled out. It's not about how far down you get, but how much of a stretch you feel. When you're ready, go and slowly release. Bring yourself up. Step in that opposite foot out in the front. Same thing, pushing those hips back, keeping that chest up. Low back pulled in, shoulder blades back and down. Find that stretch to that hamstring. If you're wanting to move more of it into that calf, go and pull those toes up. Remember to breathe. Slight brace posture, good form. Not about how far you get, but how much of a stretch you feel. On that exhale, dropping down into that full floor squat. Working on trying to keep those heels down on the ground. If you can't quite get the heels down, keep your weight on your hands, a little bit lean forward. If you do have those heels down, remember to sit up tall. Elbows to the inside of the knees, palms together. And if you want more inner thigh stretch, go and press those palms down, opening up those hips. You can always keep a little bit of movement. A little massage for that hip and socket. When you're ready, go and drop it down into all fours. We're going to move into that puppy pose, hips staying above the knees, arms extending out in front. Letting that chest and back relax and drop towards the floor. Go and let those hands drop. Bring yourself back up onto all fours. We're going to take those legs, feet out wide into plank and press. And slowly walk ourselves back up to stand. If you want, feel free to stay and stretch. We ran out of time, so didn't get very much stretching today, so feel free to stick around, but we're going to finish with those last breaths. Going in through the nose on the way up, exhaling out through the mouth on the way down. Last 3 breaths are always a final thank you to yourself for showing up today, giving your body a little bit of love, a little bit of movement. Nice job today, everybody. Great work. Definitely be sure to get some chest stretches in. We did a lot of chest today. That's the forearm into the wall, leaning forward, stretching through that chest. Do it here at home, up to you. If you're with us online, thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you just want updates of when class goes live so you don't have to look for it. And for everybody, don't forget homework, good solid dinner, drink lots of water, at least those 6 hours of sleep, and we'll see you for our final class Wednesday. And don't forget to sign up for next session. I sent out that link, so if you missed that, double check the Teams chat. If you're not in Teams chat and you want to be, let me know and I'll put you in it. Have a nice night. Nice